56, 55.50 is the settlement price, right up against our 56 area. Came right up to 54 and change. See what it wants to do here. All right. Right up to 55 there. Quick rotation. Quick rotation there up at 55. Okay, now coming up here to the settlement price here at 55 and a half. See what it wants to do. All right, coming up here to the 56 area now. All right, almost there. Nice quick rotation down to 54. A little choppy here, amazing. We do have Schiller Home Index coming out at 9 o'clock, and the consumer confidence at 9 o'clock, and Richmond Fed at 9 o'clock. So a few numbers to come out here at 9 o'clock. Okay, and up here to 57 now. See what it wants to do up here. Again, keep your stops in place. Working this 56 area here. Maybe you took some profits already. I don't know. Everybody here trades a little different. All we're trying to do is here take a couple points on these trades, especially with this kind of volatility. It's very, very slow and not much going on. Market's nice enough to give us a couple points. It's good. If you have multiple contracts, maybe you can take a little bit more than 2 or 3 points out of the trade, depending on how you manage a trade. And everybody here manages things differently, as you can imagine. All right, again, keep your stops in place. Peel some off if you're trading multiple contracts. Everybody here again trades differently. All right, there's a rotation there off of the 57 area. All right, got down to the 52 and change there. So it just kind of hung right up there against that 56, 57 area and came off. So hopefully we're able to scalp it there. Get a couple quick nuggets here. You don't get too many opportunities these days. So got a quick little nugget there. So that's good. All right, if you want to try to stay short, it's a possibility. It's high. We don't know. Just keep a trailing stop. Make sure you don't lose any money on the trade. You know the All right, Again, trying to stay a little short here against that 56. Maybe a drop back down to the pivot area there would be a nice little opportunity if we get that. But only if you're trading multiple contracts. There we go. All right, nice little rotation there against that 56 area. Considering how slow it is, just a little opportunity. Come right here, be a good cover if you're trying to stay short, and be a nice little trade for how slow things have been lately. Just had to wait there a little bit on it. Yeah, so we have a few numbers coming out at 9 o'clock. We'll see if that revs up the market or not. Downside support down at 44. Let's see here. The drama at the Federal Reserve is continuing after President Trump fired Governor Lisa Cook, who promptly responded that she will remain in position and not resign. At issue are allegations of mortgage fraud, with Cook listing two properties she bought in 2021 in Georgia and Michigan as both her primary residences. That declaration generally results in lower mortgage rates, but Cook said that she's still gathering accurate information to answer any legitimate questions and provide the facts. What does the law says? The law says things are legally murky, and there is lack of precedent, as no president has ever sought to remove a Federal Reserve governor. The Federal Reserve Act of 1913 only permits removal for cause, which Cook maintains does not exist in this case. However, Trump has pointed allegation charges of negligence and deceitful and potentially criminal conduct in a financial matter, which challenges her competence and trustworthiness as a financial regulator. What will happen next will soon be seen, but the case could end up at the Supreme Court. The dollar and the U.S. Treasuries have not responded significantly after the latest step to remove the Fed board, which follows another governor's resignation. Trump's nominee, the Council of Economic Advisors Chair Stephen Moran. Much pressure has also been put on Fed Chair Powell, who recently hinted at the rate cut in Jackson Hole. The latest targeting of Lisa Cook for criminal acts might be another message to Powell to get out of the way or risk being taken to task over renovations at the Fed. While Powell's term as board chairman expires in May of 26, he could stay on as Fed governor for another 2 years, which is the real worry of Trump's administration. In that role, Powell could be somewhat of a shadow Fed chair, especially with around 3 out of the remaining 5 Fed board governors subscribing to his policy views. Moran is in the middle of the confirmation process. The reason why Trump is upping the pressure is that he wants Powell to be uncomfortable or legally worried about the continuing in a governing spot past next year, which could give Trump another nomination and majority of his appointees on the board. Well, the only problem there is that we're never going to see interest rates go down to 1% or 3% or 2% or anything like that. So it doesn't really matter even if they get in there. They're not going to be cutting rates by 3 or 4%. That's insanity. Not when you have all economy at all down, and when everything's good. And we'll see what happens with the inflation situation. So we'll see. It's a lot of politics. That's what happens with Trump in office. There's a lot of, you know what, I'm sure this stuff happens all the time, except you never hear or you never heard about it. It was all kept under, it was swept under the rug. It was all kept quiet, done behind closed doors. With Trump, everything's out in the open. All this stuff's been going on forever. Finagling governors, talking to them, put pressure on the Fed. It's happened with every other president. It's not the first president that make it happen, but the difference is that he just puts it out there, and he doesn't care. And so stuff that was done behind closed doors in the past, it's just an open door policy. So it just happens in front of everybody. Is that good or bad? I don't know, but I'm sure this kind of backdoor pressuring situation has been going on forever. And except the only reason, the thing is with Trump is that you hear about it, and he doesn't keep it. And there's something to be said about that. All right. Well, up here at the highs, if you covered them down there at the 50 area, you did good. If you got long there at 50 against our pivot and our blue band area, you did good. We have a few numbers coming out here at 9 o'clock. We'll see how that plays itself out. At least we got the top end of this range, and we got a nice little opportunity here against 56. So, considering how slow things have been lately, that's not so bad. We'll take it. Upside resistance right now is up here at the next level, 64. 63.75 is the overnight high for those of you who are interested in that little tidbit of information. So we had three numbers to deal with. No, I'm sorry, two numbers. The Schiller Housing Price Index came out at 8 o'clock. I said that. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Yeah, top of the hour, we got Consumer Confidence and Richmond Fed Index. And then we'll see where we go from there. All right, we quickly drifted down to our 44 area, got down to 44 and change there. Hopefully we're in there at 45. Got a quick pop back up here. And nice little quick scalping opportunity for us with no heat whatsoever. Again, we scale around it. So 45, 44, 43. And hopefully you were able to do that. Now we're in the new bar here. So be careful there at 44 if you have 44. And if you made money on the 45, you're good to go with that area. All right. Nice little pop there against our 44 area. Again, we obviously want to, not going to be perfect here. So that's why we kind of scale in around there. We did get filled on for the top end of on the top end there of our 55 area. So we got our 56 area. We got all the way up there to 57. So that was nice. All right, now come back and up here to the middle of the range. All right there, Philip. You have a good one. I'd like to see you out of here, especially before the numbers. That's really good. I mean, considering we hit our top and bottom end, so we can't complain. I wish we would have told you that cover them down at 44 in a few minutes. But nobody gave me the. Nobody told me we were going down there. Nah, this is where you test your discipline. This reminds me of this kid who we had a lead in the game, and I told him we want to work the ball at least, pass the ball 4 or 5 times before we kind of shoot the ball and try to get a nice good shot off. And uh, he gets the ball right in front of my bench, and he throws up a three, like one pass, pops it. Of course, he missed, right? So I take him out of the game and just completely yell at him for not listening to me because I told him gonna hold the ball and waste. And so, kind of reminds me of that guy.
It sounds like something I would do.
But I can't take you out of the game, yell at you.
I know. I wish I had control of my laptop and could just shut it down.
I put him right back in because I needed him back in the game. But for that one brief second, I go, what language was I speaking when I told you not to shoot?
You're speaking, coach, but I'm not hearing.
He nodded his head. and then his mom and dad were in the stands, and they come over to me. I'm so glad you did that. He never listens to us.
Oh God, yeah, that's
now. That doesn't happen all the time that the parents agree. Come back and praise me for yelling at their kid.
Oh,
it exactly happens the opposite way. Trust me.
Believe me.
The kid is 32 years old now. He just talked to me. He just reached out to me because he was out of town. He was living in Florida for a bit, and now he's coming back in town and reached out to me. And I told him that story, and he says, "I remember."
Yeah, they do. They remember.
So I still has his respect, even though it's been a few years.
Absolutely, yeah. And most of us do have respect for those who challenged us and called us out.
We do have a number in about 4 minutes. We are definitely range bound, both top end and bottom end of our support and resistance area. And now we're just gonna hang here and see what happens. Have a good one there, Philip. All right, range bound. And we'll see what to happen here in this tight little range. All right, we're back here in the middle of the range. Do have number coming out here in about 2 minutes. Couple numbers actually. Yeah, we got consumer confidence coming out here, and Richmond Fed. See if they the market we got hit on the top and bottom end of our first support resistance support level, so we're good to go there. And so now upside, we're looking at 64. Downside, we're looking at 35. I know it's a big range there, but you know, let's see here how these areas there are the levels in the Chad for us, in case you missed them. You can see how the ladder ticket's staying out here a little bit as this number is going to be upon us pretty soon. No 100 lots up and down, no 50 lots up and down, just basically 30s and 20s, and that'll even thin out even more as we get closer to the top of the hour. So that's where I would have my levels there at 64 and that's 35, and see what happens here in the middle. Because we already touched our first two levels. Now you can see here 10 lots now, up and down the ladder ticket. Numbers are out. 64 on the upside, a little resistance. I don't know if we're going to go there or get there or not, but that's where we're at. We're in the dog days of summer here, so almost the end there, unfortunately. Yeah, Labor Day is on Monday, and summer's almost over. So sad. Consumer confidence, they were expecting 96.7, came out 97. 96.4 came out 97.4. And the Richmond Fed was a little better than expected. But we are basically still in the range here, so we have to be patient. All right, just bouncing around here, right around the settlement price as well. So very, very quiet. Nothing much happening. Got to be patient here with the market and let it do its thing. All right, just kind of going nowhere fast here. Okay. Again, it's can't create trades here when it's very tough little range, so not much to go on. And, kind of hit our levels on the top side and the bottom side, so in the middle here, we just got to be very patient. The market kind of can't can't go create trades out there, so let's be patient. We're just not going anywhere. Anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. If 10 has questions, considering how slow it is, what's happening. If you didn't think it could get slower, it can get slower. And well, we inched our way a little bit higher. We have 64 on the top side. There's our next level of resistance. However, we just drifted back into this range. So again, there's not much you can do here besides be patient and let the market play itself out. We're just kind of hanging here at the top of this range. We got 65 area. That's what we're going to be focusing on next. If we get up there. Just trying. Again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. There's not much happening. Yeah, we're trying to uptick here a little bit, looking at the 64 area, our next level of resistance. As we uptick here a little bit. All right, trying to uptick here about the 64 area is our next level of resistance. Let's see what I want to do up here. If we get up here. All right, the market trying to make its way up here a little bit. All right, market trying to inch its way up here. We got a little resistance at the 64 area. All right, well, we got up to 60 to change up there. They really pulled the plug here today. Again, which is fine. We just have to accept what the market is doing and just we will pick up in volatility at some point. It always does. And it might be streaky like it was on Friday. right? Because all of a sudden we got busy on Friday because of the the Fed thing. So you're going to have those days. So you just have to be ready for them. All right. Well, we inched up to 62 and change there against our 64 area, but not much happened. Now we kind of drifted back in here into this range that we're trading at. It's just one of those days. There's just not much going on, and we have to be patient. I know I sound like a broken record, but you know, taking the page out of what Philip does not the worst idea these days. All right. Anyway, we're coming down here to just the 54s blue band here, but very, very quiet. Not much happening. We tried to inch up there. We got up to 62 and change against our 64, but then came off. It's just very, very slow and not going to stay. Not much happening. We did have a nice rotation against our levels there. So I guess that worked out nicely for us. But we've been mired in this very tightly wound range here for the last for most of the morning here. The key to these kind of markets is to be very patient and wait for the market to give us an opportunity. And again, if you did jump in there at 54, again, nice little rotation there against our blue band. Points there if you were a little aggressive. Again, just a matter of being patient and waiting for something to develop, and the market creates something for us, even though it's at low range. Well, as much as I would love to sit there and hang out and watch this, I think I'm going to just cut out a little early here. We did have a nice rotation against that blue band, if you were interested. And now we're just kind of range bound, very, very tough little range here. But we've had some nice opportunities. We had our support levels got triggered, so did okay there. And a couple rotations to our blue band if you're watching the charts here. A couple rotations there to give us some nice little opportunities for little scalping opportunities. But it is what it is. It's slow, and we'll get busier again. Just have to play this out and wait for this to play its course. All right, if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Be careful at 60. Well, be careful there at 63 and 64 just because we did about double top there at 62 and change if you're going to be trading. And yeah. Don't have any too much words of wisdom here. Sorry. Just more than just be patient and wait for the market to give us something. All right, get back here in a bit.
Hey, a couple quick shout outs and programming notes. Hey, John G. just sent you the opportunity to sign up for our service. You want to ask a question on the mic, feel free. For those that are joining us through our socials, join us live in daytradingmarkets.org. Follow the instructions on the bottom of your charts or bottom of the charts. I'm flashing it out to you now. Come on in. Come in with a free access pass and join us. Come right into our Zoom. We do this daily from 9 a.m. to 11. We're looking to do 2, 3, 4, 5 trades based on a price action trading methodology. We help new traders get started out on the right foot. The goal is consistent profitability. And we look to help existing traders develop consistent profitability by joining us on a daily basis during these sessions. Everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing's been taken as direct trading or investment advice. We have private one-on-one lessons with your trade along coach. we have this group trade along coaching session daily from 9 a.m. to 11. So that's what we do. So John, give us some feedback or just sign up. Everybody else, we're going to be winding down the session here right now. It's 11:04 a.m. on August 26, 2025. This is daytradingmarkets.org. We're going to be coming out of our socials first, then we'll come out of our Zoom, and we'll be back here again tomorrow. So write down daytradingmarkets.org, put it in your browser, register for free, and come on in.